It's now a 9/7. Oh my god. The Interceptor, a 9/7 with lifelink, thanks to Rafine's Connive ability. I think that's going to be a wrap for Mono Green, if you ask me. Sheesh. Do your worst. Nah. Nah. It's so nice to just tap one island and say, nah. And then their whole game is over. Oh, that's brutal. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's phrase that pays is going to be not up in here, because we are going to be playing our spells, but you are not allowed to play any of yours, because we are playing some tempo and we're doing it in the form of Esper. And believe me when I say we have answers for everything. But before I break this thing down, as always, if you are new here and you find any value in today's content, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it is a free way to help support and grow the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. With that being said, let's talk about today's list, because it is a doozy. Today's list is kind of a spin-off of the new Esper aggro going around, but I really wanted to play two cards in particular. I really wanted to try the new Obscura Interceptor, because I think this card is fantastic. It's the new Divide by Zero with added value of just a body, which is pretty sweet, and it has lifelink. And then I also wanted to play Fairy Vandal. Fairy Vandal is a card I've always really enjoyed playing in Throne of Eldraine, and I think this card is fantastic. Being able to draw cards and just have this thing grow over time is really sweet, especially when you're talking about a tempo deck, which is what we are today. What a tempo deck is, if you don't know, is we're going to get down creatures, and then we're going to slowly grow those creatures over time by countering your spells, killing all of the things that you try to resolve on the battlefield, and eventually you're going to just get outvalued by our small little creatures that eventually grow, and you just can't play anything. It's going to seem that way. Because this is how we're going to be starting things off here. We're starting it off with a Delver. Delver is the best tempo card you can have when you're talking about any sort of blue deck with tempo. This card comes down for 1. It's a 1/1, but it immediately transforms into a 3/2 the following turn if the top of your deck produces an instant or sorcery spell, which normally it should if you're playing a tempo deck. Sometimes it doesn't, but normally it should. We've also got Fairy Vandal, which is a flash flying 2-drop. So what's really nice about the flash mechanic is if we have a Delver down and we have 2 mana open, we can kind of hold open potential counter magic, or draw, cards, magic, something like that. Or we can flash this in on our opponent's end step, which also provides a bit of protection for it because it takes away any sort of sorcery removal. So that's kind of nice. And then we go down here to the Suspicious Stowaway. Suspicious Stowaway goes hand in hand with Fairy Vandal because it's going to be drawing us cards regardless if we're, drawing and discarding or just drawing outright. We're going to be triggering Fairy Vandal's ability to grow. And these two things are pretty much unblockable because we got flying, and this one is just straight up unblockable, which is nice. So you're going to see when these games get going just how powerful a combination that can actually be. Our last creature is going to be Rafine. Rafine is going to be our only creature here that really doesn't come in super fast or, through some sort of flash mechanic. So it's going to be a little trickier to play. But if you can get this down and there's a Fairy Vandal on the field, again, they kind of go hand in hand and play extremely well together because Rafine is going to be drawing you cards through its Connive ability, and you're going to be discarding as well. It's also going to be providing an additional pump for your Fairy Vandal or any other creatures you might want to put the 1/1 counters on. So that's nice. We already talked about the Obscura. This thing comes in flash. You bounce something back to your opponent's hand. You also Connive, which if you can draw extra cards, also triggers the Fairy Vandal. So a lot of synergies between all the creatures here. And here's how we start tempoing them out. We have some really cheap counter magic with Spell Pierce. It's a 1 mana counter target non-creature spell, kind of like a negate. But your opponent can pay 2 to stop that ability. So really this is just for some really fast early interaction because we're trying to beat them down extremely quick. And then if they try to remove our creatures off the field, we have some cheap counter magic. We've also got Revitalize, which is going to gain us life and draw us a card, which can help us with our Fairy Vandal growth. We've also got 2 Jawari Disruption for some counter magic. And then our 3 drops is where we have a lot of our fun. We have 3 Mentor's Guidance. This is a 3 mana draw 2. I mean, it's really a draw 1 and scry 1, but you get to copy the spell if you control any one of these, cards on any one of these creature types. And we have 2 wizards in this deck. We have a wizard here. We have a wizard here. So if you control either one of those on the battlefield, which is pretty easy to do, Guidance is going to draw you 2 cards instead of 1. So some pretty good value there. We've also got Find the Villain's Lair. This card is probably the best card in the deck as far as synergizing with Fairy Vandal, because you can counter something for 3 outright, which is really good. But you can also use the other ability, which is draw 2, discard 2. And that will trigger the Fairy Vandal because it will be drawing you 2 cards. So your second card triggers the Fairy Vandal's growth. So this card works really well with the Fairy Vandal. Obscure Charm for some more counter magic, also some removal. This can also get you back, you know, multicolored creatures from your graveyards, which in this particular case, you're really only going to be able to get back like a Rafine. And then you also got 2 Void Rends for, you know, uncounterable removal. So plenty of removal, plenty of counters, and we're going to just beat our opponents down until they give up. And this deck is fantastic, by the way. We played really, really well with this thing, and it was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay footage you're about to see, and then we'll meet back here at the end for some final thoughts. Till then, peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a really cool tempo list for you today. This is going to be an Esper tempo list. And yeah, man, there's a lot of really cool tools in this deck, and a lot of tools to fluster and annoy your opponent. Usually it's Is It Tempo that's doing this type of stuff, but today we're doing it in Esper. Esper's got a lot of really cool new toys like Rafine and whatnot, so should be pretty good. By the way, this card right here, pretty awesome with this deck, if I do say so, because we have a lot of wizard stuff. We get to go first. Opponent's in a lot of trouble here, if I'm being honest, based on the hand that we drew. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're off to a fantastic start. This might be a very fast and easy game. Oh, it's gonna be a party deck in Naya. Very interesting. End our turn here. We're a little bit ahead of them. Paragon can be anything, and it's kicker for 3, but we don't. We kill it? I think we kill it. I think we kill it. Nice. Oh, and it pays off. Our opponent had no other plays here on turn 3, which is huge. Huge, huge, huge. That's frustrating. That is frustrating. We're going to go for the Rafine play here, I think. Would have been nice to be able to counter any sort of removal spell, but that is literally the only uncounterable sort of situation. Oh, wow. Okay. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. That thing should get him back into the game here pretty quickly. We need to find a land so we can get down the end. Okay. Yeah, we're in trouble here. I can't lie. We're in a little bit of a hot seat situation. Interceptor not able to come down this turn, so we're going to take a little bit of a beating from this Dancer. Yikes. Void Rend would be a really great answer to it, but Vigilance 4/2. Whenever it dies, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Maybe reveal a creature card from your among them, put it into your hand, put the rest. Okay. Whenever it dies, so keep that in mind. Should we counter it? Sure. Can't have that on the field. That's a draw right there. All right. Now we're okay. 1 Obscura. I hate throwing that away because it's lifelink, you know what I mean? But we do have the answer finally for this 4/4 flying lifelinker. So we give them a little taste of their own medicine here based on their Seat of Empire that they hit us with. But we are susceptible now to any sort of spell they want to cast, and they have plenty of mana here to do it. Whenever it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, reveal the top 6 cards of your library. May put a card that shares the creature type among them into your hand, put the rest at the bottom. So they missed. They whiffed. That is unfortunate for them. That is a bit unfortunate for them. I think we're a little late on this, yeah? Or maybe not. Yeah, it might be a little late on that. I think we're going to get the job done here just fine with our Rafine. Might just take the damage here from the Paragon and look to Interceptor or something, the Obscura. Man, we got pretty lucky there, though, that they missed on the Paragon's kicker cost. Oh man, yeah, let it go. We got burned last time on that, so. Yeah, let's go Interceptor here. Interceptor, and yeah, you can go for sure. You're gone. We're gonna gain a bit of life now on our attacks, which is great. And we can draw extra cards here, which is phenomenal. We're gonna give this the juice. Give it a little bit extra lifelink here. I was gonna keep the draw the card spell, but if it means giving our Obscura more damage to deal, I'll take it. That's a hard counter, my friend. That is going to get him back into this game, which we can't have, and that is going to be GG's. Hard fought battle there. Good first game though. I'd love to see it. Feels bad about the Paragon, but we'll take it. GG. All right. Took down a pretty good opponent there. I liked what they were doing there with that deck. It was pretty cool. Party deck. It's got a little bit of the Naya stuff. I like it a lot. Not bad. All right, I get to go first. This is okay. I need to find a black source. It's kind of asking for a lot here, but we do have the Stowaway on turn 2, which can sift through some of our deck here pretty quickly. So this is going to be nice, I think. I think we got a pretty good start here. Gonna need to get that flying. Let's go. That worked out pretty good. And then we get down to Suspicious Stowaway, which can't be blocked. And like I said, hopefully it'll find us a black source, and we'll probably counter their turn 3 play. Their turn 3 play is probably going to be something like Old Growth Troll, so. No, you can have it. I'm looking to draw cards here, so you can have that attack. Ah, you hate to see that, though. Oh, it's dead, though. Interesting. Interesting. We find our black source. I am going to play this, though, and counter, like I said, their Old Growth Troll potentially here. And if I do that, I'm in a pretty good spot here, because then I could bounce, like, let's say their Seeker's Chariot. The problem with mono green is it's so predictable, right? So easy to read. Because now a Seeker's Chariot comes down, we bounce that back to their hand, and we're looking really fresh. I mean, it's pretty good, though, if you're playing mono green and you get dealt, you know, exactly what you need every game. All right, Mr. Pack Leader, you're going to have to go back to your home here. Yeah, a little late on the Fairy Vandal, unfortunately. Would love to have seen play, but... all right, let's go here. Actually, Obscura Charm can kill the Liberator, right? We got to get this big enough to where it can't get killed here. So let's go and put the 2 counters on it. Gain 6 life. Huge value there. I guess we drop the Interceptor. As much as I want to have it, I think 1 is fine. We're gaining the life that we need out of it. Cool. A Seeker's Chariot's totally fine. Totally fine. We have the Wizard too, so this is actually going to draw us a grip of cards. All right, let's do this. Make this bigger again. Delvers. And one of these can go. I can flash in a Fairy Vandal, so it's now a 9/7. Oh my god. The Interceptor, a 9/7 with lifelink, thanks to Rafine's Connive ability. I think that's going to be a wrap for mono green, if you ask me. Sheesh. Probably like that. Yeah, it's probably pretty good. It's probably pretty good. Go ahead, Chariot. Do your worst. Do your worst. Nah. Nah. It's so nice to just tap one island and say, nah. And then their whole game is over. Oh, that's brutal. Brutal. All right, let's draw some cards here. Another Rafine. There's the scoop. I knew they were going to be done here sooner or later, but I was doing that in the first place so I could get the Fairy Vandal pumped up, but GG's. All right, two very good very good starts to this video. Two phenomenal games that we just had there. Deck's working like an absolute machine. Just all the cogwheels turning here. Opponent goes first. Nothing till turn 3 feels pretty scary. That's much better. Delver right into the business. All right, like it. I like it. Delver right into the business. We could double down on the Delvers too and have Spell Pierce open. That's not bad. That's not bad. Double Delver, baby. Double Delver. It's double decker of Delver time. Nah. The one mana nah. One mana nah. You love to see it. What you don't love to see is the Delver's not transforming. I could really use a little bit of transformation magic here. You gonna try to play your Ob Nixilis now? Oh, that's really bad for us. I hate that we have to counter this. I hate it. Feels so bad. That feels like such a bad counter. That's a card we should almost always have, you know, let go, but of course, couldn't do that. Couldn't let it go. All right, we got ourselves a double Delver transformation now with a Void Rend. So if you're gonna play a Planeswalker, it's gonna get blown up. If it's a Loth though, that could be pretty bad for us. Rakdos could be anything, man. Ugh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Let's get the Fairy Vandal flashed in here. Hopefully we can find some card draw magic. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a cough and all sorts of stuff there. That was bad. Getting over a little bit of a sickness here. All right, let's flash this in. Hopefully we can find some card draw magic. Rafine, maybe. Ooh, that'll work. That'll work. Oh, but I need another white source. Bruv. You're kidding me. Now my Void Rend is not of... Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. At least I'm staying alive, though. I mean, the Revitalize is going to keep pumping the Fairy Vandals, and it goes right over the top. We just keep absorbing this 3 damage. Like, that's all day long for us. Come on, white source. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take a Delver. A Delver's a problem, because it goes over the top just like the Fairy Vandal does. And we put him to 6, which means that they're at lethal if Delver transforms. So they're gonna need to blow up the board again if they want a chance here of surviving. They discard 2 cards. We got them to use up 2 burn down to houses, by the way, so it's gonna be pretty hard for them to find options for another sweeper here. Unless they're running like Shadow's Verdict or something like that, but if they are, we're not taking any additional damage. If they're gonna run spot removal here on one of these creatures, I can live with that. Oh man, nose is starting to tickle. They are thinking hard, which tells me they probably don't have too many options, which you love to see. They're swinging all here. Could be a sign of a sweeper though. Meat Hook Massacre. Meat Hook for 5. Guess they'd only have to do it for 4. They could save their own treasure, but... Okay, another burn down the house. Are you kidding me? But they don't sweep the board? Are they out of their minds? Are they out of their minds? Why would they not sweep the board there? Oh my gosh. We'll take it. Why would you not sweep the board in that situation? Oh, I don't get it. GG. My goodness. Do not do what that last player did. You should definitely sweep the board in that spot. I was out of blue mana too, I believe. So, I mean, it was open. It was prime for the taking. Thought we lost that one there. Not that we lost it. We probably could have rebuilt, but it just would have been annoying. Opponent goes first. We have 2 Fairy Vandals and a Rafine. Love these two together. They make a very good combo. Okay, so we're gonna have to kill them really fast. Gotta get them dead instantly. Okay, yikes. They're gonna mill us out pretty hard here, aren't they? Oh, mill decks are the worst. They are the worst. They just foretold something which could definitely be their doubling up spell here. Dual strike or whatever. Man, them being able to find their rune crab this early is like the worst. Just the worst. All right, counter magic is what I'm looking for here, I think. Or do we go Rafine and just go hard in the paint? I don't know. I think Rafine first because I doubt they're gonna have removal. I'm doubting it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I am doubting it. And if we can get Vandal big enough to avoid, let's say a Crush the Weak, we should be fine. And then Villain's Lair is our counter magic. We'll counter when they get to, like, let's say a Tasha's. And right now there's not even 2 blue mana on the field, much less enough to copy a Tasha's. I think I played this pretty good, but if this is Crush the Weak, okay, good. I was gonna say a dual strike on Crush the Weak would have been pretty clutch. We're looking really good now, ladies and gentlemen. If we could just keep finding counter magic, we are gonna be set. They did throw away 2 other counters of mine. We're looking for Spell Pierce, Obscure Charm, Villain's Lair. If we could find a couple more of those, we're good to go. Spell Pierce. You love to see it. All right, Rafine and Vandal can go. We're looking for all the counter magic, and we're trying to pump our Rafine and our Vandal obviously as high as we can get them. And we'll end the turn. I don't see a way of victory for them at this point. We've got them way too low on life total, and we've got 2 really good counters in hand. They're gonna try to throw down a dual strike here, I would imagine. All right, we counter that, and then they try to play their mill spell, and then we counter that. Oh man. Dun, dun, dun. Nothing you can do about it. Sucks to play mill and get beat, but oh, poor mill. Poor mill. This should be game though. GG's. Oh, it feels so good to beat mill. I was a little worried there, I can't lie. You never anticipate mill, right? You never anticipate that. But you know what? The more I thought about that, we have a really good matchup against them because of all the counter magic. But GG. All right, we got another successful victory under our belts, man. This is cruising along. I expected to see at least 1 or 2 losses here. I mean, we'll see. It's still early, but man, we're doing really well. Really well. By the way, while I'm playing, guys, you guys probably can't see because I have the alerts off for the video, but I get alerts through my headphones and stuff when I'm recording of people subscribing. So I just wanted to say, if you've subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate that support, and truly am grateful for that. So thank you. It goes a very long way. We're trying to hit a certain, mentally I'm trying to hit certain numbers at certain times, trying to grow this channel to a spot where I want it to be, and you guys make that possible. So thank you for that. I appreciate you. Hope you guys are enjoying the video today. We're up against a Magecraft deck. So this could get interesting. I need to find some removal now. Counters are cool, but not as good as removal in this particular matchup. 2 Drakes. 2 Drakes when the hotline blinks. All right. Let's attack first. I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. What do I want to do here? Man, Rafina's such a good blocker here. Jawari Disruption, draw cards. I think drawing cards is the least of my concerns right now. I don't know, man. Do I Delver and hold open Jawari, or do I hold the Villain's Lair? And I guess we do have Spell Pierce, so if Jawari doesn't quite get there, Spell Pierce should. So we should be good in that regard, but 4 damage over the top every turn is already starting to be really frustrating. Double strike 1/1 whenever it becomes a target of a spell you control, it connives. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I didn't expect them to play another creature spell that soon. This might be the one that gets us, ladies and gentlemen. This might be the deck that does get us. See if we can get rid of this other stowaway in our hand here. Double strike, man. That's brutal. All right. Yeah, we can get rid of the stowaway. What do we do here, though? Do we hold the Spell Pierce counter with this? I think that's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, Rafine's a good enough body here to block with that I think we throw it down, threaten to block the Drakes, and then Spell Pierce whatever sort of play they want to make here on their Drakes. 4 mana, though, is a lot to work with when you're talking about Magecraft, because most of their spells that they're going to be casting are going to be 1 mana spells. And sure enough, it's a 1 mana spell. 1/3 and gains flying on tap it. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Jeez, that's a monster of a creature here because it hits for 6 damage. Yes. I kind of want this to happen here because now they think that they're going to cast an instant speed spell here on us. And we got Spell Pierce, so go ahead and do your thing, man. You're not going to cast anything? You're just going to send your flyer into death there, huh? Interesting. I could really use a transformation here, Delver. Thank you. Not only a transformation, but a freaking beast of a card, too. Oh, we're money now. We're money, ladies and gentlemen. We are money in the bank. Oh my gosh. 2 Hall of the Storm Giants, though, is a little scary, can't lie. Down to 6. This was a nail biter. Holy. But Obscure Charm being able to blow up the double strike is really, really clutch. Man, Rafina is actually really, really good. I was so down on that card at first. When I saw the bosses that came out, I was like, I don't understand that one. I don't think it's very good. But now, man, I definitely eaten my words. It is a good card. All right, so they're gonna phase out. They're tapped out. This is our chance. This is our chance here with them being tapped out. Could Spell Pierce that too, but I think I'll let it slide. I have better targets, I think, for Spell Pierce plus Jawari. So we're gonna hang on to our counter magic here. Yeah, Guiding Voice unfortunately does hit. It does hit. And they get to learn. Oh, that's brutal. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Guiding Voice on the Drake was actually nuts because they draw a card, they go learn. This could be bad. That gets around Spell Pierce too. Holy cow, they just kill us here, don't they? If they have another pump spell for Drake. Well, I guess, I mean, we do have counter, so. Wow. Wow, that is... Oh, that is so bad. That is so bad. That is so bad, because now we can't... Hold on. Enchanted creature has whenever this creature deals combat damage to player connivs, but as it's attacking alone, it can't be blocked. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. I really thought Spell Pierce was going to do better than this in this matchup, but unfortunately, it didn't do anything for us here. Well, it's basically find a removal spell or bust here, so I guess we send it, huh? Gaining life. Gaining life is helpful. Gaining life is very helpful, actually. All right, I think we're still in this. I know it may seem a little crazy to think that I'm still in this, but I still might be in this with Revitalize and then countering whatever spell they play next. 3/6. If they hit a land, though, they can activate their Hall, which still, though, I could still be okay, because then I could flash in the Obscura, blocking the Hall of the Storm Giants, gaining the 4 life that we're going to lose over the top, still staying at 3. And then we can Revitalize and then gain another 3. Yeah, so we're fine, man. We're totally fine. They need 1 more land for the Hall. They're looking to activate it, though. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I mean, we win this game. If they can get a land down, it's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Let's hope they don't have another one of those. All right. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. If they have an answer to this, it's over. I was really, really hoping they'd find that land and activate the Hall. Oh my goodness. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. They had 3 cards in hand and 4 mana, and you're telling me they didn't have an instant speed spell they could have cast on there? Wow. You're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. We're conniving for 3 here. A lot of damage. A lot of damage. And we have an Interceptor. And we have a Spell Pierce. Both. We have plenty of mana for both. Pay the 1. Yep. And then we do this. No, thank you. No, thank you. Have a nice day. Boom, baby. Let's get it. Oh my God. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. Magecraft almost took us out, but we were able to navigate some treacherous waters there. GG. All right, we got time for maybe 1 or 2 more here, so let's keep this ball rolling, man. We are just eating our opponents alive right now, man. We're doing so good. We get to go first with the Delver. Don't mind if I do. Delver into the Guidance is really nice. Hopefully fixes our mana problems. We do need to see 1 more land off the top, though. Like, honestly, if Delver doesn't transform because we hit a land, I'm cool with that. We are chilling with that. We have Spell Pierce, but it looks like this is going to be Selesnya, which means it's going to be Runes. Watch. Bet me $100. I bet you that's exactly what we're looking at here. Nah, don't actually bet me $100. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong, and I can't afford to pay all of you guys, so I can't afford to pay anybody. It looks like mono white actually. Ooh, portable hole. Portable hole. Dang it, I was gonna spell pierce that away. Unfortunate. I didn't have a single answer for that. That is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I can't lie. That's not it's not great. I thought we would have something for that, but nope. All right, so it looks like we're gonna go with the Obscura play here. Obscura. This has got to be runes though. No? Oh my god, why didn't I interceptor that? I guess we'll kill it. That should have been an interceptor, but I screwed that up. That's fine though. We can use some more time to build our mana base. Get an interceptor with a spell pierce to protect it, so it's not necessarily the worst. Obscura. Obscura, your stupid spellbinder, man. Can there be a more annoying card than that? I don't think so. So far we haven't seen anything good for spell pierce, so we're gonna go ahead and dip on that. Spell pierce has been absolutely dead in the water this matchup. Nice. Actually, more mana is not a problem. I'll take that all day. All right, let's get this for full value. Because the Obscura is a wizard, so we do get to copy this spell. Nice. That is clutch. That literally couldn't have been a better card off the top. Those are beasts of cards, dude. It looks like another W secured with that draw. I'm not even kidding. I don't want to jump the gun too early, but that seems pretty darn good. You follow that up with another interceptor, like, good luck. Unbelievable. We are drawing very proper in this game, that's for sure. Removal? I guess they could play like a Fateful Absence. No? No go, huh? Let's end our turn. It's got to be so frustrating too. Tempo is such a hard deck to play against, and such a frustrating deck to play against, because you, like, everything you play gets immediately answered, and it's so frustrating. Like, it's just like, I can't play this, it gets countered. I can't play this, it gets removed. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. Channeled that away. That's fine. That is not ideal, but it's fine. We do lose the Obscura, but if we could find a removal spell, we can get rid of Cathar. We get it right back, so that'd be nice. Dang, we're at 31 life right now. That's actually wild. Let's hang on to this. We might want to connive it away. All right, we're at 31 life. Opponent's down to 8. They're definitely making us work for it, but I mean, we're doing a pretty solid job of answering everything here. Let's make them recast that. That way they can't play another spell here. Obscura doesn't grow because we threw away a land, but I think that's fine when you're talking about what I have here in hand. And we're happy to make this trade with the Cathar, but no, Cathar goes over the top. That's fine. If they're trying to race me here, I would say that's a pretty bad race that you decided to take on. All right, we'll play the Delver. And for the first time, we're actually going to pass the turn. No attacks here. Fairy Vandal will get bigger. It's inevitable. It will get bigger than the Brutal Cathar, so do your worst. You're not even going to play your wedding announcement? That seems very strange. That seems... Oh, you're trying to transform. You're trying to transform. Don't like that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You're kidding me right now, dude. Oh my gosh. Not good. Not good. Well, I still think we attack here because then we get a 2-1. Yeah, we still attack here, even though we lose Fairy Vandal, which is very, very bad. This is not good for us whatsoever. Oh, they're going to eat the Fairy Vandal damage? That doesn't seem like a good idea. All right. Now we have an unblockable 1/1 and something that can go over the top. I mean, if we just find any removal spell whatsoever, Obscura Charm, Void Rend, something of that nature, we should be good. But then they find a brutal, or they find a borrowed time. Dude, what are they doing? Why do these people keep making such crazy mistakes? Oh, you got so lucky, man. If I had just found any spell off the top of my deck, oh, we would have just transformed and won the game right there. We're just getting bad luck, man. We're just getting bad luck. I don't know if they know that it transforms into a flyer. If they attack into here again, yeah, I don't think they know. Unless, of course, they're trying to transform it. If they do nail a transformation here, that'd be pretty crazy. Oh, yeah. Yep, they transformed it. Crazy. Well, let's see if they want to take the Fairy Vandal. That'd be pretty funny. Wouldn't surprise me if they do because it has flying. But again, if Delver just transforms here, it's game over. Come on. Bruh. We should have won this game. Our opponent lucked out of their mind. If I'm being completely honest, they've absolutely lucked out of their mind. And I don't mean to be rude or like, you know, whatever. They got lucky. The fact that they keep attacking in and leaving the air exposed for 3 damage over the top, and we haven't hit a spell off the top of our deck yet, boggles my mind. But if they don't play 2 spells here, we still get another shot, which would be crazy. All right, what's the last card in your hand if it's not a spell? Wow, we survive again. We get another shot, but you know what? Now, of course, they have the Elite Spellbinder, so so they get out of this one unscathed again. Man, you got so lucky. I can't believe how lucky they got. All right. The good news is, though, we got Void Rend, so all we got to do is blow up this Brutal Cathar, and we get back so much value. Do we die here, though? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, geez. 14, 17, 18. Yeah, we're dead here. 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We die. Wow, dude. All right, well, that's an unfortunate way to lose this game. This opponent, the way they played it, should have lost, but fine. I've been in many of those games where I should have done certain things and I still won, but man, that Void Rend could have came a turn sooner. We could have transformed Delver. We could have killed Brutal Cathar. I mean, what's all under Brutal Cathar? I'm actually just curious what we would have gotten back. Come on, let me see all the cards on here. We have 2 Fairy Vandals and an Inceptor. Not bad. GG. All right, let's close it out with some final thoughts. That is going to conclude today's video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are going to break down the list here a little bit and talk about it a little bit more. But before I do so, I just wanted to say, if you made it this far into the video, huge shout out. Thank you. I do appreciate that a lot because it is a lot of support that you're giving me, you know, maybe not knowing so, because when you stay this long into the videos, YouTube likes to see that, pumps out the algorithm, and we get our videos pushed out to more people. So thank you for that. I do appreciate it. with that being said, we can talk a little bit further about today's list. I think it played phenomenally. As far as things that I would change to the list, I really don't have a lot of gripes about too much of any of this. I think all of it worked really, really well. The 2 cards I would say that don't fit like a glove, like perfectly, would be Mentor's Guidance, obviously, because A, it's a sorcery speed card, and B, it does have a requirement that you need to have either a Delver or Interceptor down, right? So Mentor's Guidance definitely could probably cut that out here and add in some more, you know, draw to, like, let's say Multiverse, right? Multiverse is a great way to do it. You can do that at instant speed, but foretelling it for 2 is also going to take up some potential counter magic that you can end up having here. So you might want to just add another 3 mana instant speed like draw. There's a draw discard spell. Let me show you guys here. The name of it is missing my brain here. Thirst for Discovery. You can add something like this. It doesn't necessarily give you a ton of card advantage because you're drawing 3 cards, discarding 2. But what's great about this is if you cast it on your instant speed for 3, it works the same as the Guidance. When it comes to the Fairy Vandal, it does trigger your Fairy Vandal to grow. So that's also kind of nice. The other card I wanted to talk about was Revitalize. It's a phenomenal, you know, draw spell because you get to gain a bit of life as well. If you haven't noticed, I'm really honing in on how to grow the Fairy Vandal because those synergies are really, really cool with Fairy Vandal. But at instant speed doesn't trigger the Fairy Vandal if you're casting this on your opponent's turn. So it can get a little tricky. Kind of the same problem as Guidance. Not really the same problem because Guidance is sorcery, so you're going to cast it on your turn anyways. But Revitalize, you want to cast at instant speed as well. And you got to cast it as a sorcery speed. If you're gonna be getting the Fairy Vandal pumps, you're gonna need to cast it on sorcery speed, which is a little bit tricky. Another card we did try out, just want to throw it out there. We did try out the Boon of Safety. This card right here allows you to put a shield counter on a creature for instant speed and scry 1. Hold on one second. Excuse me. But it didn't work out. A lot of times this thing was getting the shield counter put on a creature. Our creatures were getting exiled with sort of like Vanishing Verses, Wandering Emperors, things like that. So it didn't really work out. But ultimately, that's all I have really to say about the deck. The rest of the shell is pretty solid, spot on, and it's very, very good. And I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys do as well. Before I get out of here, though, as always, I got to give a huge shout out to the Marty Mob. Some new members here on the list today. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel through your membership program here on the channel. Oh, we're wearing the Marty Mob shirt. I forgot. But yeah, thank you guys for being part of the Marty Mob. I do appreciate it a lot. It helps me immensely on keeping this channel alive and growing and doing what I need to do. So thank you so much for helping support me and the channel. If you guys want to learn more about the Marty Mob and what that is and, you know, how to join the membership program, you can do that by hitting the join button down below or the link in the description down below. Last thing I got to say before I get out of here, if you are still here, we are going to do a little bit of a mix up this week. I think we're going to start playing a little bit more meta decks on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we're going to keep the Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays as more of these like janky type builds. So keep that in mind. Tomorrow's video is going to be a meta deck, so that should be different and interesting. I hope you guys don't mind. But yeah, that's going to conclude today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another one. Till next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. Yeah. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't